Hello, Matthew Harvey here, author of the Bernicia Chronicles, Time for Swords, and Wolf of Wessex. And I'm just recording the first half of what is going to be a two-part little update video. The first half I recorded whilst walking Blue along the canal, and I was testing out a new microphone. Here you got it, a little Lavalier, I think they are, microphones. Anyway, I tested it, did 3 separate different recordings, and the first part of the recording did not work. It didn't connect, and the last bit did, so that's good. So I'll be using that, but I'm going to be returning the microphone because I need some more consistency in my life than something that only connects every other time and doesn't tell me when it's not connecting and wastes my time. So hopefully I'll be getting a new microphone soon that will mean that I can do those outdoor conversations a bit better, with better clarity and better audio. But anyway, until then, just be aware that in a little while, when I've said the first part of this video, it will jump to me walking along by the canal. So a bit strange, but hey ho. So just a quick update then. I just wanted to tell you where things are. What date is it today? 9th of November, something like that. So early November, I am working on Bernicia Chronicles 10, nearly 20,000 words in, more or less, to the first draft. These initial stages of the writing are always a little bit difficult because sort of setting things in motion. I've done some planning, so I know where things need to go, but there's a lot of sort of trying to recap the story and introduce new characters and make sure I put the right blocks in place that can later pay out as the story progresses. So it's always a bit difficult, this first few chapters, but it's getting there. I'm beginning to sort of get into the flow. Another thing that made it difficult, of course, is that I just finished writing, before that, a book which finished back in the summer, which is set in the 19th century. And so it was a very different language to use and the sort of way of writing and the way of thinking. So that's been quite an interesting mental shift as well that I had to do. About that book, I sent that in to my editor a while ago. I heard back last week, and he said that it's very good, and if all goes well, it could be potentially the first of a series. If it sells well, we will see. That's out next year. In July at the moment is the plan, so fingers crossed that sells well. I'm going to have to make some changes. He suggested some tweaks and some improvements to it, all of which I agree with, to make the story better. So I'll be doing that in a few weeks' time probably. And A Day of Reckoning has been out now for over a month. It has over 400 ratings and reviews on Amazon, so thank you to everybody who's left a review and spent a moment to leave a rating or to write a review. If you have, thank you very, very much. It really makes a difference to the visibility of a book and to people deciding on whether to buy a book or not. And if you haven't already bought the book, then go out and buy it. Why on earth haven't you bought it? And if you haven't left a review and you've read it and enjoyed it, then please consider doing so. And if you haven't got time to write even just a few words of review, just leave a rating and say that you just leave a 5-star rating or whatever rating you would like, hopefully a 5-star rating. So some other news that's come up recently. I am appearing in Beccles Book Festival on the 9th of December. That's in Beccles Library in Suffolk. And I'll be talking there, and we've got, I think, Elizabeth Fremantle and Harry Sidebottom are both talking at the same event on the same day, and you can get a day ticket which will cover all 3 of us. So I think it's £20, so pretty good value for money, I'd say. And you get to hear those 2 great writers, and as a bonus you get to hear me as well. And I'll be there talking about A Day of Reckoning specifically, and my career in general, and what books I've got coming up and what I've been writing. And I'll also be signing books, so if you want to bring books along, feel free to do so, and I will sign them, whether my own books or someone else's books, who knows. I'll sign my own, obviously, but if you want me to sign someone else's, why not? And I think that's it for this bit. So now I'm going to flip over to the second part of this video, which will be me walking along the canal with Blue. So bye-bye. Right, I had to stop for a minute there, put Blue on the lead because there was someone else coming with the dog, and you never know. So I've changed hands as well, so you can now see the canal. So Simon Scarrow on the 22nd of November, me, Harry Sidebottom, Liz Fremantle on the 9th of December in Beccles Library. In early February, I think it's the 3rd and 4th of February, that weekend, I'm appearing on a couple of panels for the History Quill virtual historical fiction convention, which I've appeared at in previous years as well, so that's always good. I'm going to be doing a panel about writing medieval or early medieval characters, along with Stephen Mackay and Eric Schumacher and Theodore Brunn. So that should be great fun. And I'm on another panel as well, I can't remember who else is on it, about the business of writing and talking about things about contracts and stuff like that. And for the life of me, I can't remember who else is on that panel, so I haven't looked at it again for a while. But yeah, I'll be talking on that as well. And then some news came out this week, actually, which was made public, which obviously Stephen and I have known about for a while, and that is in September 2024. Stephen and I are both going to be appearing at the Historical Novel Society conference down in Devon. And it's a weekend conference with some great guests, including Bernard Cornwell and Diana Gabaldon, I think that's how you pronounce the name, and Kate Quinn and lots of others. And we're going to be there as roving podcasters. So Rock, Paper, Swords, the podcast is going to be there as Access All Areas podcasters, interviewing attendees and speakers alike. So really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be great fun. And as it stands, it may be the first time that Stephen and I have actually met in the flesh, because everything we've done so far together has been virtual. So really looking forward to that. I'm sure that'll be great fun. I went to a Historical Novel Society event, one of these conferences back in 2016 when I just started and just been published for the first time, and did a couple of panels. That was great. And actually in this one in 2024, I'm going to be speaking on a panel as well about writing, I think it's about writing medieval characters, and that's with Elizabeth Chadwick is on there, and Derek Burks, and Sharon Bennett Connolly from the both great authors, and they run the Slice of Medieval podcast as well. So it's Elizabeth Chadwick, me, and them, and David Gilman as well on a panel. So not only doing the roving podcaster thing, but the panel too. So if you're a keen historical novel reader, or even more likely to be interested if you're a writer or an aspiring writer, you could do much worse than go to the Historical Novel Society conference in September 2024. So have a look for that. And I think that's about it. So I'm going to finish the walk soon, and turn around and head back. And I will carry on writing this afternoon. And so thanks to everyone. And thanks especially to patrons for all of your support. Hello. People running past. And if you are interested in looking at the Patreon and getting some advance information about things, and snippets of writing that I'm released, or only released on the Patreon, then have a look at that and check it out on the link in the description. But that's it from me for today, and that's it from me, and that's it from Blue. Where is he? There he is. There you go. So goodbye from me. It's goodbye from Blue. Thank you. Bye bye.